Hello everyone. Last weekend over in Asia, we had three major events for the OP08 format, and they were the Singapore Grand Asia Open, Philippines Grand Asia Open, as well as the Hiroshima Championship event. So in this video, I'll be doing an analysis for each of the event. So I'll be sharing with you the top 16 leaders and what leader won the event. And at the end of this video, I'll be doing an overall analysis for all three events. So let's start off with a rather controversial tournament, which is the Philippines Grand Asia Open. So here are the top 16 leaders first. And unfortunately, we did not get a finish for the event because of the excessive delays that happened throughout the event. I wasn't there, but I do get a lot of feedbacks, and I see a lot of comments over on Twitter where the event started really poorly and the time management was really off. Let's just look at the leader for now. The event will probably continue somewhere down the road, which I will cover, so don't worry about that. And okay, the leaders, we have the top 16 leaders. We have 4 RP Law, 3 Katakuri, 2 CP0 Lucci, 2 Bonnie, 2 Enel, 1 Yamato, 1 Black Yellow Luffy, and an upcoming leader from OP08 Kagara. RP Law, Lucci, and Black Yellow Luffy is kind of expected, as we could agree that these three decks are the big three decks of OP08, and we could say OP07. Bonnie and Enel already did well in OP07, so it's quite expected that their success from OP07 will carry over to OP08. And of course, Enel getting the Vegapunk support like Bonnie, allowing the user to draw 2, discard 1, improves your consistency, as well as getting that Nami to further KO cost 5 or less. So that's good support for Enel. And then we have Yamato. Yamato, I feel, is really good going to the RP Law. Just keep swinging for high numbers against RP Law, forcing them to discard cards, and then using your cards to rest their blockers to swing for game. So, which is why I think Yamato might stand a chance in this format. And yeah, we do get one Yamato in top 16 for the Philippines Grand Asia Open. And then next we have Katakuri. I believe Katakuri is there because of the Lucci counter. Katakuri does really well going up against the black decks. So which is why I think there's 3 leaders, 3 representation of Katakuri here. And again, similar to Enel, they did get support in the form of Vegapunk or Egghead support. So we can expect to see Katakuri even more. And then finally, the breakout star from OP08 Kagara. We all know how well it did in the Singapore Grand Asia Open, and we even have some clips of it going up against RP Law. So I think it's a really good deck. Being able to cheat out high cost character with big body as soon as your turn 3 is really good, and the deck has the rush nature, which makes it a really viable contender in this meta game. Moving on to the next tournament, we have the Hiroshima Championship, which happened alongside the Singapore Grand Asia Open. In total, there were 600 players. Here's the top 16 leader breakdown. We have 5 Red Purple Law, 4 Black Yellow Luffy, 3 Lucci, 1 Bonnie, followed by 1 Perna. And then we have 2 surprise guests over here, which is our Queen Boa Hancock and our King Blue Doffy. So really out of nowhere, 2 blue decks appearing in the first week of OP08 tournament. And yeah, I would say Perna is a nice call for the meta game, especially going up against Red Purple Law. And the first 4 leaders in the RP Law, Lucci, Bonnie, as well as Black Yellow Luffy is kind of expected. Let's talk about the blue decks. I have to give respect to the Hancock player and the Doffy player here, because although they might be good against the RP Law matchup, going up against Black and Black Yellow Luffy is not really good. It's quite unfavorable, not auto loss, but unfavorable, and not always a good time, especially when they slap down the 8 cost Gecko Moria. So I'm quite happy that the 2 of them managed to get top 16, and the Blue Doffy player himself managed to get to top 4. I have the deck list for Doffy player here. Okay, so the finals of the event consisted of 2 Red Purple Law. So here's the list for each of them. Here's the runner-up list for RP Law, and here's the winner for the event. So we have our first winner for the big tournament in OP08, which is RP Law. And for the last event that I'll be sharing with you is, of course, the Singapore Grand Asia Open, which, again, if you didn't know, I was a part of the commentator team. The event ran really smoothly, and I really enjoyed meeting everyone there, interacting and chatting with everyone. Yeah, the event ran really smoothly for the Grand Asia Open part. I cannot comment so much about the Gunslinger event, but I think we all know what happened. So there should be a Singapore Grand Asia Open vlog from myself coming out later this week. But okay, here's the top 16 leader deck. I did a breakdown for top 16, top 8, top 4, and of course the finals. If you are interested to watch the vlog or if you're interested to watch the VOD, it'll be linked in the description below. You can go to the Maxoff page and just watch the whole stream. It'll be from Swiss round 1 all the way until finals. And again, yeah, here's the top 16 leader. We have 5 black yellow Luffy, 5 red purple Law, 4 Lucci, 1 Bonnie, and 1 Calgara. Again, very standard leaders that we saw in the last two tournaments, except for the Calgara. Calgara is truly the breakout star from OP08. Unfortunately, his run lasted until top 8. So here's the Calgara deck list for those who are interested. So the thing about this Singapore Grand Asia Open, the top 4 consisted of 1 black yellow Luffy, and then we have 3 red purple Law. And when we are looking at the Hiroshima Championship top 4, we have 1 Doffy with 3 red purple Law. So I think we are starting to see a pattern here, maybe a best deck in format. And of course, the finals of the Singapore Grand Asia Open was between 2 red purple Law, and of course, red purple Law won. So out of the 3 events, we can say that it was red purple Law's week, taking 2 wins in 2 huge tournaments in OP08 format in the first week. Now let's take a look at the summary of all 3 tournaments. I have tabulated them into an Excel sheet for easier viewing purpose. To no one's surprise, the top 3 decks are the red purple Law, black yellow Luffy, and Lucci. So it's obvious that RP Law deck gained so much support in OP08 in the form of Pudding, Black Maria, and maybe to a certain extent Rayleigh. So all this support helped the deck to be really consistent, especially with the Dawn management side. And yeah, having 8 copies of attack reduction really boosts the deck as well. And of course, the deck obviously has the highest conversion rate, has the most appearances in the top 16, and of course, winning 2 events of the 3. Next, Black Yellow Luffy, a really strong and consistent deck in general, supported by the one and only 8-cost Gecko Moria. I would say the deck is strong on its own, even without Gecko Moria, but Gecko Moria just adds a little bit more spice into the deck. It makes the deck much stronger and it gives it a little more end game because you are able to reuse your 2-cost kits and shuffle them back onto the board using your leader's effect. Yeah, it's a whole mess. I think 8-cost Gecko Moria needs to get hit. Finally, we have Lucci, a hard counter to Red Purple Law. So it's quite expected to see the deck that counters allegedly the best deck in format makes top 16 and is one of the top 3 most popular decks. So this is how the early OP08 metagame looks like after a week. I still believe the best deck of OP08 has yet to come, mainly looking at King and Marco possibly. The reason why I would say that is similar to how Sakazuki was. When Sakazuki first came out, it didn't really dominate. It took the deck about 1 to 2 months before it really truly shined after someone cracked the deck. So I'm excited to see where or how the King and Marco leader is going to be built in the future. Maybe there's hope, maybe there isn't, I'm not sure. I'll be attending the Singapore Championship event this Saturday, and then I'll be streaming the IG Championship tournament on Sunday. So keep a lookout for my Singapore Championship review plus my stream this weekend. You should follow me on Twitter or X to keep updated. And that's all for this video. If you've enjoyed this video or find it useful, give this video a like and consider subscribing if you haven't. Also follow me on Twitter or X for more One Piece TCG content. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.